Hey, and welcome to this video on how we can make the most out of using your iPad both at home and in the classroom. So let's not waste any more time and jump into this quick tip. Okay, so in this video, we're just going to take a look at how you can first access Hub on your iPad if that is the device that you have at home. Now, your screen might look different to this in terms of its setup and where the apps are, but what we're looking for is the Safari app here. A quick tip on how to find any app if you're not sure where they are. If you just tap anywhere on the screen but not on an app itself and drag down, it will reveal your search bar at the top where you can just start to type in the name of the app you want and then select that app. So once we're in Safari, we're going to go in and search for Hub. So I'm going to tap in the search bar at the top and type in Hub. It'll probably come up as one of your most recently used if you've looked at it a few times, or it'll obviously take you to a search engine. Now, this is Hub. I've already signed in, but your first step that you would go through is the sign-in process where you would utilize your child's login details that you will be able to get from the school. And then this is what you will see from their account. So when you're helping your child access their accounts, this is what they're going to see. In some cases, it might be set up slightly differently depending on how the school has approached their setup. But fundamentally, all children have access to the same suite of tools within Hub. Just a quick note on navigating around. If you tap at any point on the Hub logo at the top, it's going to take you back to your home page. And if you want to get to the menu where you'll see all of these different icons, you can just tap on menu and it will show you all of those things in a slightly different view. So what is Hub? Hub is a platform which enables you to have lots and lots of digital resources all in one place. It really brings together all of the offerings from Welsh Government that your child's school will be utilising. Now, you will see on the screen here, there are multiple different things that some may be relevant to you, some may not, depending on how your school has set things up. For instance, Office 365 is Microsoft's cloud offering to enable you to be able to utilize some of their systems, and then Google for Education is Google's offering that enable them to do that. Both of these work perfectly fine on an iPad. There is no need to have either a Microsoft or a Google device for this, because both Microsoft and Google make apps that will run perfectly well on your iPad to utilize these things. To highlight that, if I just jump out 1 second and go into this page here, you'll see that these are all Microsoft apps that run natively on the iPad. And similarly, here is a whole suite of Google apps which do exactly the same. What you get great through Hub is that direct access to all of those things, and your child's teachers will be able to interact with you through this. So for instance, if I tap on Office 365 here, it will take me to another load-in page within Safari. And again, the first time you do this, it will ask you to sign in. In this case, I'm already signed in. And these are the suite of online tools that you have through Office. Like I said before, these are replicated in the apps, which just means you've got multiple ways in order to access all of this stuff, either through the browser or through the native app. If I go back to Hub and do the same for Google, you'll see this takes me through to Google. And in this case, it takes me through to Google Classroom, where I will be able to join, from a child's point of view, join the teacher's class by tapping here on the plus and then typing in the code that your students, your child's school will have given you in order to access this. Now, obviously, lots of schools are either using Office 365 or Google as their platform at the moment. You just need to know which one the school is using. Okay, so if we just jump back to Hub for a second, a couple of the other things, and there'll be videos on this in more detail. This is really just about the navigating. You also have access to Adobe Spark, which is a whole creativity set of tools. Again, you can access this through going through the internet and it will sign in to your account. But equally, there we go, equally you can have access to the Adobe tools again via apps on your device. And again, just sign into those apps with your child's username and password, exactly the same as Hub, and you have access to those apps and the features within them. And then finally, the last one to just highlight at this point is Flipgrid. Again, lots of schools are starting to use this quite a lot. If I tap on Flipgrid, again, this is going to take me through my Hub login access to get to the page. And this, again, very similar to Google Classroom. From a student's point of view, they would get a code from their teacher, and you would enter that code in here, and then you would join that class. So that's it really from a student's kind of access point for Flipgrid. And again, we'll talk about what Flipgrid is and what you can do with it in another video. A couple of other things you have in here then, obviously Just Too Easy. Again, schools are using this really, really well to just promote some of these things. Depending on how your school is utilising it, this is the place where you might be pointed towards doing some extended home learning activities. And again, you just quickly tap into J2 Easy, and it's just going to take you straight into it. Whole suite of resources here that you can go into. Again, lots of these used by schools in order to support the students, but again, from a home learning point of view, it's quite interesting to be able to go into areas of learning that you know your child might be interested in. And there's lots of support documentation in here, just if there's home activities that you might like to do with your own child. Britannia Digital Learning, similarly, a whole host of things that you can have a look through in terms of images that you might want to find if you're doing some presentations, if they've got some activities that they've been asked to complete whilst at home. Whole load of collection of things in there. And then finally, depending on how your school has set up their use of Hub, you may have access to the playlists, and this is a kind of set activities that your child would be asked to follow. So that's it as a brief overview of Hub, how you can access it on your iPad. Please do check out some of the other videos that will look at how the iPad can support your utilising of Hub and other home learning activities.